When I'm kind of happy with where the line or where this image sits onto this page, notice that of course the picture is bigger than this piece of paper, so I have parts of it on the outside. I guess I could have made the picture bigger again so that it could extend it beyond the page size. The only problem with this, and I could print it just like this, but the only problem is that this side right here is crossing over to the other side of the right sheet. Okay, so I'm going to need to crop this image. And Illustrator does not really have a crop command, but you can use this can use another command to pretty much take care of the same thing. First thing we're going to do for that is to draw a rectangle. Since this page is rectangle, I'm just going to use a rectangle as whatever. I'm going to use the fill and the stroke as black. It doesn't really matter what color it is, but just to get that shape and fill together. Okay, and select the corner of the page. And you should be very careful with this. And there is my my rectangle. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to select those two images, and the rectangle that I drew. So hit the shift key, hit the rectangle too, so I have this covered and that covered. I'm going to hit my right mouse button, and towards the very middle of this menu, it'll say Make Clipping Mask. If I click on that, whatever that was covered onto by that shape, and it could be any shape, it could be oval, it could be a polygonal thing, it could be whatever that you drew. And we drew some weird things when we learned Illustrator, right? So whatever shape that you made, whatever is going to create this clipping mask, that basically takes this thing and essentially crops the image. Okay. What's good about this is that it didn't really destroy this picture. Notice that if I hover over this, you see the border out here. That's your original picture, right? So right there, right extension above there is that original picture. So it didn't destroy the picture, it just kind of masked it. That's what the clipping mask is. You can always take this thing and undo Make Clipping Mask, or select, if you did all these other stuff, there'd be other commands that says undo clipping mask in there, and then you could show that image again. Okay. Of course, when you do that, you're going to have to redraw that rectangle if you want to do another clipping mask, but the idea is to just to crop the image to where you want it, and then you could see your page layout as you kind of planned it. If you do move the picture, the clipping mask does go with it, so it just remains intact. Control Z. You will see that when you expand the layers, you'll see this thing right here. It says group, right? All these other things are guides. Oh, that doesn't work. You'll expand that, and then it says clipping mask image. So they're all kind of locked together. Okay, so if you do want to get rid of that, again, just click on this, right click on this and just say undo clipping mask, and it'll separate the two together, or it'll bring back the original picture. It will get rid of, I believe, get rid of the shape that you originally drew.